The wrong share.
Are any of you guys in Paris, by the way?
Oh yeah, anybody in Paris? Okay.
I was just wondering. I just got here and it's 103 degrees today. Like, gotta stay very still and stay indoors.
But it was 14 degrees like last week, so I'd rather
think about centigrade, and Corey is saying in the US metrics.
Yeah, true.
140.
38, 38, 39.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, more people are joining. Hi Claire, hi Ashley. So why don't we go ahead and start, and we're gonna do the Rosebud and Thorn exercise again today. So what is Rosebud and Thorn? If you haven't done it, is rose is something that you are excited about, or something happened that's really nice for you in the last week. Bud is an idea, like you got inspired somehow. And Thorn is something that didn't go really well, or something, a distraction or a worry or something like that. Okay, so I'll go first. We just got a new dog. He's 5 months old and he's a beagle. And that's definitely the rose. You know, we really love him. You know, despite that we only got him for a week. And the bud is that I was walking him this morning, and I feel so achieved by just walking. So that was a good feeling, because you know I feel sometimes I'm just all by myself here, and I go out for a walk. I don't feel that I'm so achieved, but with him, it feels different. So it gives you that positive feeling about life, I guess, and just realize that today. And the Thorn distraction, obviously, he's 5 months old and he just continued to pee every 2 hours. So we have our whole family is on a schedule to go out. So we walk him like 5-6 times a day. Sometimes it's a little bit too much. So and you have to be on high alert to see if he's about to pee in the house or not. Okay, that's me. What about Nicola?
Thank you. Okay. So Rose, something nice that happened. I got in touch with like my old belongings that I didn't see for years, and I was able to go through all these things and sort them out and let some more stuff go, and that feels really good. It feels like I could, you know, open up more spaciousness, not only as a space wise, but you know, it just like opens up brings new fresh air and maybe new opportunities. Something that, what was it, the but I got inspired and have an opportunity to dive deeper into crypto and trading itself. And so I'm going to have this private Czech coach for a whole weekend, which is super exciting because I'm so eager to learn more about all the corners of crypto space. And a bump is that Thorn is that, you know, the place I'm at right now. I'm in this family. They're so active. There's little kids that just keep running around and going crazy. And they also lost a dog. They lost a member of a family. So it's this like typical energetic around, and I'm trying to maintain my space in this. Yeah.
Great.
That would be my
So, welcome. Thank you for coming.
To Suga.
The presentation is about Alice in regulatory land.
Oh, we've got
the crypto ecosystem involves new solutions.
Suga.
She might be actually. It sounds like French.
But those concepts are already challenging our grasp.
Okay, let's mute Suga and I'll pass it to Rainer.
Okay. Rainer, you go first. We're doing Rosebud and Thorn again.
Hi there. So, the roses that I can eat again. To
Oh.
be honest, I've had a week of COVID now, and it was not funny. So I'm very sorry for the long radio silence. Yeah, so I'm really getting better today. That's good. The budding is I'd love to, see what happened and how I can get back on track. I talked to Ashley today for half an hour. That was already very helpful, and we talked yesterday a little, Melody. And the Thorn is I'm 10 times slower as usual, so I just have to live with that for a second. So, but it's fantastic to see you all again. Would have loved to do that earlier after Barcelona.
Great, thank you.
And I'll pass on to, I don't know who went already. Corey, want to go?
Sure. I had things prepared and now they flew out of my head. Let me think. Rosebud. Well, I'll start with the Thorn, I guess. Also, I was sick last week, but I'm happy to say I recovered. Also tested negative for COVID. So who knows what that was, but it was not a fun week last week either. But yeah, everything is cool now. So looking forward to catching up also with the Connect side, the Connect team, to see what's going on. And oh yeah, Rosebud is I FOMO'd into coming to Paris this week for ETHCC, but also found amazingly cheap travel in and out of Paris. I don't know how I did it. So like I just it was my birthday last week, so it was like a birthday gift to myself to come on the way back into Berlin. And also got invited with a free ticket to the Sustainable Blockchain Summit, which was really cool. So yeah, I'm excited about this week to connect with lots of cool people, seek out the DAO people amongst the hype people here this week. So see how that goes. I will pass this on to Jess.
Oh.
Not yet. Thank you. It's my first time in this meeting, and it's a pleasure that I talk about these items. So the rose is that everything is good with my life. I started new diet, exercises. I had a new coach for my exercise, and everything is good. The bot, if I pronounce it correctly, is that last night I was thinking about that I did some researches about public goods at my bachelor degree of law. So I have to use it for my current job, I think. And it's related a little bit because I studied economics there. And the Thorn is, I just started working from 7:30 a.m. to today. It's too late for me, I'm going to sleep soon.
Okay.
Well, I have some agendas for this meeting, so give me some times, please. I pass it on to Ahmed.
All right, awesome. You always have really cool ideas, Melody. Thanks. It's always really unique and fun. Yeah, so I guess my rose is I'm just excited to be back, honestly. And I feel like I'm kind of a workaholic, and I really like working, especially on Giveth, so it's fun to be back. The bud is, I guess, all the exciting things that we're doing. Even though things are slowing down a bit in the summer, I feel like there's still a lot of really cool projects that we're all working on. And the Thorn is I had a pretty exhausting day today. I think I have like 7 meetings total today. This is my 6th one, so I'm a little tired, but yeah, I'm excited. And who didn't go yet? Let me pass it on to
Mitch,
Ben's.
Kotabi, yeah, Ben's, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, Rose, something positive. I guess I'm thankful I don't have COVID. Sorry for everyone who had that, and hope you all feel better. So positive that I have my health and feeling good. Something inspiring. I've been getting out a lot more outside. It's been beautiful. So it's just great to be able to get out and see some stuff, see some country. Thorn, something distracting. Just other responsibilities with job. So I will pass to who is Katabe on? Someone gonna pass Katabe? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you. Okay, so checking something positive. Something positive I think was to meet a lot of you in person. Really enjoy that and like being part of this great team. Something inspiring, building the future of giving. That's definitely inspiring. And something distracting. Well, let's see. I think that I connected with some people at Eve Barcelona and having some talks, and some are positive, but I think sometimes I gotten distracted by that. So I will leave it there, and now I have to pass it, right? And now let's see. Rainer, have you gone?
Yeah, Rainer had gone, so let's pass it to Claire. We can't hear you, Claire, for some reason.
How about now?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Thanks, Melody. Hi, everyone. So something positive. My kids are away at summer camp, and I spoke to my daughter today. So that was very nice. She's having a great time. The bud is that I'm looking forward to getting back into the swing of things after being quite unwell last week. And there's lots of things to follow up from East Barcelona. And the thorn is that some days I'm feeling much better, and like today I feel a bit rough after having COVID again. So it's a bit up and down, but I hope to be back on track properly soon. And I don't think Ashley has gone, unless I missed it. Ashley, did you go?
No, I haven't gone yet.
Over to you.
Hi. Let's see. My rose is, I guess I get to explore a little bit more of Spain. So I came to a little village in Zepti, grew up, and that's really cool to experience here. And then the bud, I guess, is that I'm going to be home soon. Like, it's been really fun to be here, but like back in my house, in my grounded space, and where I feel like I miss my double pointers, and I miss having like more efficiency where I feel like I can actually be really productive. So I'm looking forward to being at my house and being able to really have some solid time to just check some boxes, because the thorn is that right now I'm feeling like there's a lot of loose ends. I had a lot of in-person talks and stuff with people at East Barcelona, and I want to connect that now and how to move forward on those things and how do we not let that die. And it also brought a lot more ideas up. So just kind of how do I get back into the tests that I had before? And yeah, that's just kind of feeling this chaos as my thorn. And I'll pass it to Mitch.
Thanks, Ashley. Check in Rose. Where do I start? So many good things. Wow, translations are done. That was a headache, so I'm glad that's finished. My bud is that the nice token will launch by the end of this week. And my Thorn. Wow. Do I have to pick a Thorn?
You don't have to if you don't have
Every
one.
rose has its thorn, right?
Every rose has its thorn. I would say that it's been very stormy here the last couple days, which is unusual. That's my Thorn.
Are
I'll
you back?
pass it.
Are you
I'm in Canada.
Oh, you're in Canada. Okay.
Yeah. I got out of Costa Rica to avoid the rain, and then it's just raining here, man. So
Oh, okay. Good, great. So maybe I'll help you to pass to Pythagorean.
Hola. So the rose is that there's a documentary team that wants to come over here and film the work that we're doing, and they found us on Giveth, and that's pretty cool. The bud is I've been really getting into Vedic and Buddhist epistemology, and it's super rich, and I love it. And the thorn is here in rural Arizona. It is really hot, so been working in the garden today, and it's barely past 8, and it's cooking. So that's my thorn.
Good, thank you. Like everywhere else in the world as well. Suga, are you back? Are you able to speak? No, if no, that's fine. Let's just move on with our agenda today. So first up, oh, I should. That one is that's wrong.
Did everybody go? Did we miss? I feel like did Amanda go?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went.
It's not
Suga is the one that didn't go, I think. Yeah. Well, we'll get back to you, Suga, when you're available. And yeah, so outreach partnership updates. So I think that's why Pythagorean, you're here today with us, right? Like you want to help us look at this CRM system and let us know what you are you're doing. And so basically, I have created a CRM kind of design. Has anybody taken a look at it? Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking maybe we can just quickly go through it. It's like the simplest data structure, which I don't think it needs to be complicated, but the CRM system, whatever that we pick, it could be Notion, it could be, what is the other one that people are suggesting? That's the free one.
I think HubSpot.
Sorry?
HubSpot?
Yeah, HubSpot. As long as they could have simple lists, they could have like various like database features, then it should be good. So for this, I have like constituents. So we'll just call them constituents for now, users or whatever, constituents, divided into organization individuals. So they could be identified with a key indicator, either organization or individual. And then I have different constituent types, project donor, sponsor, partner, staff, community member. I have another list that I thought it could be in a list format is a contact platform, Twitter, Signal, Telegram, Discord, whatever that is. So we could actually list it in the drop down. Social purpose cause for projects. And this is actually could be related or the same as the how we track categories, like this whole discussion about categories, which is also another big thing that's coming up. And also their pipeline stages. I have lead, active discussion, onboarding, stewardship, and inactivated for now. So if you have any suggestions on any of these configurations, you can go there and change them or suggest things. So like I'll put share and I'll have people that can comment. So for organization, obviously we have their basic information, like organization name, constituent table, that's the table that we just go through, their social cause table that we just go through, general notes about the organization, their location, the country, contact person name, contact detail, the platform that, whatever that detail is. So it could be an email, it could be Telegram, could be anything else, website. If you have any other suggestions that information we should capture, you can put it here. Pipeline information, I have lead source, which is like, where does this lead come from? So it could come from ETH Barcelona, it could come from a prize, the common stack prize, whatever that is, the Gitcoin projects, so that we have a track on where these projects coming from, or where this donor coming from as well. It could, could be Griff's friends or whatever. Pipeline stages is that stage where we have lead, active discussion, onboarding, that kind of thing. And we have assigned to. So whoever is assigned, I think this is really useful, for example, what Kotabi is doing with builders. We could assign to Kotabi and have a report generated from this database if the database has the capacity to do that, instead of him trying to update in the issues every week. We could also have an action info to record all the actions, but in my past experience, I think the last contact date, the last contact notes, and what is happening in the last contact seems to be usually very important and important to note as well. GitHub issue number, if there is, and forum post feedback will have the link in there too. So kind of similar with individuals, just less organizational stuff, more individual information. Same with pipeline, same with action. So that's just very, very simple. Did anybody have comments right now? If not, you could comment on the document. Yes?
I might be late on this, but I would just have a general question that when do you want to have these leads? When and where? They just want to fill out a form, kind of, or we have to fill out the leads manually in the database.
Yeah. So these are not public information, especially this one, the CRM. These are ones, they could have donors information, they could have projects information, completely private. And so it would ideally to be a database. I'm thinking, in your head, if you have used Salesforce before, if you have used, in our fundraising world, we use something called Razor's Edge. So it comes in tabs, like the person, like the information about organization, and then the next tab could be like our actions with these organizations. The next tab could be like this, the stages of the pipeline, like have we made a proposal and have a link. So the purpose is to have everything in one place, so that when we track these people through their journey with Giveth, we know where they are. Therefore, we can do things like Kotabi's been updating everyone on the issues, but it's like you can't see them. You can't see one record in the continuous timeline. For example, you just see every week this is what he did with, and you have to compile that information, right? So we think this CRM could be really useful for donors. It could be really useful for project onboarding in the future. So so we're looking at cheap solutions with a simple data structure to start with. And Polygorian, you mentioned that you have something.
Oh yeah, if we're talking on the CRM, there's a group that's doing DAO-focused CRM-based solutions, but I don't think it's going to meet the criteria of something that's like already built, because they're doing more purpose-built stuff, and then I
Oh,
couldn't. Yeah, and I couldn't imagine them doing it for free either. So there'd be some kind of cost involved, and it's all pretty emergent. So if there's not an interest in um, getting into something
custom
that's a little
build. No.
story, yeah, then it's
Yeah,
probably not the thing
not
for you.
really. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Yeah, and sorry
Um,
about leaving earlier. My phone overheated. So
no
yeah,
problem. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think we need custom build because it's not very complicated
yeah,
here. We like a ready-made free solution like the hub spot
right.
could be the solution.
Yeah,
Yeah, even
Yeah.
Notion.
I also, that's so interesting because I'm just really wondering like what would a DAO need that's not already like available in CRM programs? Because I so far I don't know, that's really interesting to know. I'd be curious to just look at that like for learning purposes. I think I would like maybe I can also help looking in this document because I
Mm-hmm.
think the one thing I would say is that there's like a lot um in terms of like the social purposes and the causes, like there's quite a lot of distinctions here. And I mean on one hand that's good, but on the other hand maybe it's like advocacy is very general, right? That could apply to like maybe making like keep making sure they're each very very specific, like worth differentiating. Also other is sometimes kind of like a contentious option to put in there, because then you can like everything sort of just groups under other
Yeah, I have
versus, yeah.
other public goods and
Right,
private
right,
for
right.
profit as well. Yeah.
Right. And sometimes it's like it's better just not to have the other because you have this like sort of
You
gray.
have it all. Yeah, everybody's
Yeah.
under. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But
Understand. Yeah,
in general, this looks really
it's
good, and
true.
then this could just be applied to any chosen CRM tool, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can. Just need some simple setup. It should be really easy to set up these things. Yeah, like so. Feel free to comment on my document. So I have this link on the I think on the community deck as well under Connect, as well
Okay.
as in the Connect channel.
Okay, cool.
Because I've advertised it and people haven't commented, so I think we'll just go through it and take a look first. Any other comments? No? Okay, then we'll just go back to our agenda. Survey update. I think we have a suggestion with the NICE token instead of the glove token, as well as like not as many tokens, like because that's a lot of rewards. Jake is not here today. I was hoping that he could give us an update on that, but it's been the forum post for rewards. The service the service is there for testing, but the rewards post is on the forum for a few days now. But I think once that is passed, we can release the survey. Any comments on that or other thoughts?
I guess did we think about who we're going to send the survey to?
Yeah, like we have this list of 300 donors that we have emails. So we're gonna go for emails first, and then Jake was also thinking about reaching out to other people that we don't have contact information, or just in general, like new
Also,
people.
in the form, like along with the rewards for filling it out, this person will need to post to Twitter that they filled out the form, and
Yep.
so then they will share the link to the form. And if other people see the form on their Twitter account, then they can fill it out as well.
Yeah. So the latest information is on the forum, like what in terms of reward, in terms of recipients of these the survey. But we really hope to capture as many people as possible so that we could get a good sample size, not just community members, just anybody who can donate. If we can capture that, if you have an idea how we can, that would be great. Okay.
Just well, hold
Yes.
on. I was going to make a
Mhm.
comment.
Yep.
Just so that you properly understand using Nice or glove, like for them to do anything useful with the token it is, like buying
Mhm.
swag, they'll need anywhere from 40 to 80 tokens, which is equivalent to $40 to $80. So, and that's not really our money that we're spending, because I mean that
Mhm.
goes to Griff's credit card, and then like he basically it gets processed that way. So we need to think
I
if
talked to
we
Griff
think
about it, and he gave the okay up to like 30 people. So for the
okay.
first 30 people, I think that do the successfully post to their Twitter and do this stuff, then we can send them swag, and then whatever we receive after that. But I think we can just, especially since the Nice token is still starting, I think we can just use what we have left of the glove
Mhm.
tokens for this. The swag shop will still accept glove tokens, or is that going to,
This will
that
be
functionality
different
going to stop?
because the prices will no longer be $20 for everything. They'll all be different based on what they actually cost.
And that will affect with the glove as well, or that's only with
Yeah,
the Nice?
because one glove is equal to $1. So if it's
Right.
$20, everything was $20 before, but everything will be different based on its actual price.
Mm.
So if you
But
give them
Is
50
there a way
glove,
to, is there a way to make it so that
no.
there's just an option for just one piece of swag and they could choose any of them? If we use the glove token, like if we're redeploying this stuff on the back end, is there a way to change that? No.
Listen, I've spent a lot of time messing with it to get it as is, and then to do this whole change to the system for 30 people, like
Okay.
we have to think
Yeah,
about what
that's
that's
good to
worth.
know. That's good to know, actually,
Yeah.
before we announce the reward. So, any other ideas then?
I mean, you could just give them a flat amount of nice that could go towards whatever.
Yeah, we
They
could.
might not
Like
get the
they
piece of
could
swag. You
acquire
could give them
other.
give.
Is that a good incentive?
What is the least expensive item on in the swag shop?
I think a mug.
Which is what? Do you
I
remember
think
how
it's
much?
like 30. I mean, these prices are not meant to be a deal. It's meant to be like a reward for making a donation. But I think it was 30 plus the dynamic shipping, like the least you're going to pay is 7.
Okay.
And then the shipping now, how do they pay for shipping now? With Nice as well?
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
a flat rate per continent that you're being shipped to.
Okay. Well, we can revisit this. Maybe we should revisit it with Jake as well when he's available. And we'll, now that we have this new information, so thanks for letting me know,
Mhm.
Mitch, and we'll try to see how we move forward here. If we have any questions about it, I'll just like ping you and see if make sure we'll run it by you before we announce it, just to make sure that it's compatible. But I think giving people some nice tokens is an okay way, but the only intention of the nice token so far is for donating to Giveth, right? Like that we've talked about that being the only way that you can receive nice tokens, right?
Yeah, donating to Giveth. But I
So
mean,
would that be like a breach of this agreement that we've made that that's what the token's being used for, or?
I think so. I don't think there's any strict rules about it.
Okay.
These are donors, though. They're donor surveys, so
Yeah.
they
No, it makes sense.
supposedly have donated.
And I think as long as we just restrict the amount of tokens that we give out, it's like
Yeah.
the first so many
The first
submissions.
so many, exactly.
That way we don't end
Yeah.
up with this 10,000 bot thing like happened before.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like if we can agree on a limited, like this is the maximum number of token we're giving, and then we can calculate the first how many people, and really 30 is the maximum that we think, because with that sample size, like to get 30 is really lucky. Like I'm thinking 10, I'll be really happy. Like jumping up and down happy. So like 3 to 10 people is what we're looking realistically at. Yeah. So yeah, so Ashley, why don't we talk to Jake then after this?
Yeah, can you make a note in this agenda
Yeah.
so that we know going forward? And maybe, I don't know if you can tag him in here or not, but maybe we put a note or make a post in the Connect channel and tag him.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I can also update the issue and tag him. Or in the
Yeah, I
Connect
think
channel.
that would be good, just so that he has a chance to see it, or so it's in a space that it doesn't just get lost.
Yeah. I'm making those on the side so that I can, update this later. So the next one, research and strategy updates. I'm thinking, Reiner, if you have energy to give us some updates and some summary of what's going on with the 2 forum posts. But if you don't have energy, but that's fine too.
I
Are you
have
still
2
here?
kids playing music in the background.
Okay,
So,
then yeah.
but
Then
so I'll say a few words.
okay, say a few words. Yeah.
I hope the background noise is not too loud.
I can't hear anything.
So there's one forum post out there around potentially rewarding projects, not only donors, and that discussion is in full swing. So, and I'd like to keep that open for a week or so to see how we can get maybe closer to an interesting idea. There is another one open around project ranking that has sat there for a while now. I think we have a couple of really interesting ideas how to implement that. And then there are a couple of things that were leftovers from the last strategy call around rethinking components of verification. First, the name maybe. Second, how to factor in social impact. Third, how to combine this with the best possible project update mechanism. And there was an extra forum post put up by Ashley around that we can move forward with that. But I would say these are the 3 big sort of more research-oriented discussions that are can currently be found on the forum.
Great, thank you. Any logistics support verification updates from the verification team or Claire or support team?
Just to say from me that the fundraising guide has now had its edits finished and it's ready to
That's
go.
right.
What's
Yeah,
the
thank
next
you
step
so
of that?
much.
I think does it go over to Monique's team? Uploading
Yeah, I
to
think so. Is it? Fundraising guide. Ready to be uploaded. So my question is that where is it uploading to, like to a doc, but where can you find it? How can you find the fundraising guide?
My understanding was it was going to the Giveth doc. Sorry, Mitch.
It's not Giveth.io.
Oh, on Giveth.io. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll make some sort of reasonable section for it to live in, and then you have a URL.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, it would be ideally somewhere that people can find as a resource. Like projects can easily go like a resource.
Yeah, so it'll be the same place that we put like user guides, tutorials, developer documentation, our news, our recruiting portal, like it's all there.
Great, thank you so much. So if you haven't seen it, I have a link posted also on the community deck from last Thursday. It's there, and I'll keep it there as well.
Quick question,
Yes.
probably to Mitch. If ever there was some edits that were needed or updates to that document, how'd you go about it?
You can edit it directly from GitHub. Ashley's pretty good at that, actually.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Great, thank you. Okay, platform engagement updates. Fundraising 101 session. We have one planned for next week. I think that's still the case. For Wednesday, the MA session will be a fundraising specific session where we can talk about this guide actually. So it's perfect timing. And also I can also talk a little bit about the value proposition and have facilitate some practices on creating the value proposition for the projects. So how do we get the words out I'm thinking maybe this week in the community call on Wednesday, you guys can talk about it. And Kotabi, you mentioned that there are projects specifically are interested in this. Can you let them know? Those
Yeah,
who,
I can let them.
Yeah.
I can let them know, and I also think that maybe this is worth to make a quick campaign on. Yes, I forget the word.
Like a
Autopilot,
poster?
right?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
like a campaign, meaning sending one email.
Okay.
I don't know, 1 week before, and then one email 3 days
3 days
before,
before.
and then one email the same day, just kind of like reminding them.
So do you want to do that, Kotabi? Can you?
I can do that. Yeah, I can do the campaign. It's gonna be like super fast, so
yeah.
I think that I mean, we should set it up to launch tomorrow, maybe. And so I will really appreciate some support, maybe from Suga, maybe from Ashley or Clara, just checking that I am whatever I'm writing, has good grammatic and it hits the nail.
Yeah, you could just make an issue in communication on the planning board and like put a screenshot of the email in there and mark it that it's ready for review, and then somebody can go in and review it, give it the QA the thumbs up, and then you can go ahead and send it out. I would like to mention it's worthwhile. We are noticing in the verification team right now that we're receiving less applications, and I think that some of this might be due to the fact that people are marking our emails as spam. So to run 3 emails for this one event might be a lot, and so I think that's maybe something that we should consider as far as the campaign goes. So like maybe the newsletter but the newsletter won't go out in time. Yeah, I feel like we're kind of down to the wire here, but we could do some shilling, kind of how we did before when we would go into Discords. I have a lot of Discord servers where I can post events for like this, and maybe we can do some more announcement or like community-based shilling and using Twitter and stuff, but let's just be strategic about the emails that we choose. That's all I wanted to bring up.
I think that's good. And I think something that is important on that regard is also maybe create like having these different emails for different stakeholders. So I mean, if we're going to have some communications about fundraising development skills session, it should come from an email that is focused on projects and giving projects tools. And then like for donors should be a different email, because anyways, like donors are not supposed to get this email, but having different emails like can create different reputation for the different emails. And if we're having some emails that are going for spam for the one that is going to a certain specific group, then we know that we have to change the way that we're communicating through that on that email.
Okay, so you're suggesting email accounts, different email accounts.
Different email accounts. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so we have a project at Giveth.io. It should probably go from there, right?
Yes.
And that is very unlikely to be marked as, because that was like really new.
Yeah, but the thing about those emails, the ones that are at Giveth.io, is it won't let you send a mass email, and if you send an email to more than 50 people at a time, they'll close down that email account. So that's why we started using autopilot for these emails, because our emails were getting shut down for sending too many.
But you could send it through autopilot, but just have the sender email be different.
That's what we brought up last time, and Giantkin said it's the same because it's actually about the domain, so it's actually about the @giveth.io part and not necessarily about what comes before that.
Yeah. I mean, there are things that we could do to reduce it going to spam. I mean, one way is if all of us open and respond to like an email from whichever email we want to send from, that'll increase the likelihood that it doesn't go to spam. So maybe we could do a test with all of us internally, like just send the email to all of us open it and respond to the email. Then like that'll be sort of like an indicator for the spam filter that it's not spam.
Yeah, and also like if it goes to the spam folder,
Yeah, unmark it
we
as
should
spam. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I think that there's some tactics that we can use, and we should definitely look into those. With this specific campaign, though, we're looking at like about a little bit over a week. So I feel really a lot of pressure to make this all happen before we send out this email. So maybe we can have, and maybe we can talk about it in communications too, Corey, if you want to put this on the agenda. Ways that we could shill this event that's happening for the fundraising 101. I know Twitter is a good place, and maybe the Facebook would be a good place for this. Maybe we can put this on the agenda for today in the communications call. I've got a lot of Discord servers I can post it in. So this is how we used to do it before. We would just all come together and have like a hack session where we just shill this. We'd make like messages and we'd pick different ones and we'd just like shill it in all the different areas that we possibly could.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'll add that.
Okay. Great. Yeah, I will also, like Kotabi, if you create the issue first, and then we can continue to gather those ideas, as well as the content of the email or whatever that we're sharing. I can also like be more specific of what the session is going to be, for example. Yeah, so let's continue that conversation on the issue.
Yeah, if you could
next while,
yeah,
like
if you
today
could also
or tomorrow. Yeah,
type up a description of what the
exactly.
content of the session will be, then he can put that in the email and we can put that in our show message.
Yeah. And
I mean,
LinkedIn is
also with this
a good place.
feedback, I think it might make sense not to rush it. And maybe we don't do this campaign for this first fundraising 101 session. I mean, in general, the idea is to have more of these sessions so we can see how it goes. We don't have to do a campaign this time. And then we can have some time to do these tactics to kind of like get our emails out of the spam folders. So we don't have to do that right now.
Yeah, we don't need that pressure right now. So we just share as what we can for this one. And even just those people that Kotabi you mentioned come, that's good.
Exactly. I will do one-on-one communications with some projects that
Perfect.
I think that they will be interested on it.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Any other comments on this one? No? We'll create the issue and we'll also put it on the radar for communications and continue from there. Suggesting Bankless Academy for Web 2 users. Who put it on there? And
I wrote that.
Mm-hmm.
I had some conversations with people from the Bankless DAO at Barcelona, and I think that they have a really good brand. A lot of people are interested on Bankless first as a podcast, but now Bankless Academy and the Bankless DAO is little by little creating its own reputation, and they have the good branding from the podcast. And I'm actually kind of like testing it. I am onboarding my girlfriend to crypto through Bankless Academy, and at least I don't know if it has helped that I've been kind of like hammering her head with just a few talks about crypto in the last 5 months, but definitely when we went through the Bankless Academy program, it was like easier for her, and it's a hands-on project, so you create your own wallet, and then you have to connect the wallet in order to go to the next step. So it's quite easy. It has very, very few models right now, but I think it can really help projects or donors coming from Web 2. And I just wanted to kind of like put it out there and hear your comments
Yeah.
or questions.
So I have one question. Is this like a paid, like, do you have to pay for it, or is it a free program?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Is it a free program, the Bankless Academy?
It's free, totally free.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Wow. So my first reaction, like, we need to provide it as a resource for people. Like, you know, like, do we have an FAQ? Like, where can you learn about? Like, you know, then you can have a resource page
Yeah.
for this kind of thing, like Bankless Academy for sure, but the similar ones, education-wise.
Yeah, we have a FAQ, so we could probably add something in FAQ, and then also, you know, just when people come in asking in the Discord, we can also refer them there. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to have an area where we have like a list of resources like this in the docs, like a page that has these kinds of resources.
Yeah, I will put the link right now in Notion. And also, I mean, part of my intention with this is to have some sort of cross-pollination. And I think, so I will have a call with one person from Bankless Academy on Thursday. And it will be really sweet if, you know, kind of like we can put our information about Giveth also for their community. They have one product which has a cost, and I don't think it's the best product right now. Like a white label to talk about, you know, in our case, it will be how to donate through Giveth. And we will make like a whole program, but that's like 30K, and I don't think it makes sense right now for us. But they do have a community on a Web3 social network, gm.xyz, and I think it will be nice to kind of like post things from Giveth from time to time there. I still don't know how we can go about it, because they probably have a no chilling policy. So, but I can talk on Thursday about how could the cross pollination would look like.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Okay. Any other comments? Questions? No? Any other new businesses? Or like comments or new things that you want to talk about?
I don't know why I don't have access to this Notion, so I cannot change the agenda. So I just have one agenda.
Yes.
And that is the categories and the subcategories. I just put a link in the chats group here. So if you can take a look, let me share my screen. I think it's better to share my screen and go there. So we decided to change the current categories that we have on the DAF, because it's they were too much, and some of them are irrelevant, and we have to make some boundaries on not selecting more than 5 categories in a project, and lots of problems. So we try to have this logic about having some main categories and some subcategories, some parents and some child. And the final things, I think, is here that we decided to do that, but it's not final at all. It's just the logic of having the parents and child. So on specific comments here, I think, sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted by.
Yeah, thank you, Kodabi. Yes, Mo.
Thank you. And you guys know this structure better than me about the main categories and non-categories. And Melody left a comment, but your comments there was just have some categories, not just having But the problem is that we want to make it, the old project can work. So we have all the charts here because, they have to be shown somewhere. We cannot omit their current categories that we have. We just want to categorize them in a new way. So it's going to be, I think, a new agenda for you to finalize this list for us. So which main categories do we have and which subcategories? But the main point is that these subcategories is also, we already have them in the app, and we have to make sure that we're gonna have these things here in our dev, have some parents maybe, or decide about them. For example, we have a category named other, and I don't know how we can find them parents. Or, we have nonprofits, and you said that nonprofit is irrelevant. So I don't know. I can also make an. Go ahead.
Great, thank you. One blaring thing I just saw is biodiversity should not be under arts and culture. Biodiversity is environment related. So that's I just saw that. So sorry, didn't comment it. Second is what I commented on nonprofit is because nonprofit is used as a common word to describe organization with social goods. So in like literally anybody could be nonprofit. Like all projects could list themselves under nonprofits. So that's why it should be separated. But your suggestion is great, Mo. And I saw you created a new issue as well. So we'll probably have a more focused session. Also, Corey's comments about specific category and having the other, and people tend to put other, I think is really important too. So maybe we have a specific session for that, to hack this out kind of thing. How's that? Is there a timeline to get this done?
I lost your recent comments, but I think I had a call and my headset converts another mic, and I didn't understand what you said. Sorry.
Okay. So I suggest that we take it maybe next week, and then we spend a little bit more time on that next week.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yes.
We only need to just recategorize them. We have a plan right now, and unfortunately we have nonprofits, and we decided to have all the others the child of the nonprofits, unfortunately.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
you tell us what to do, and we change it after that. Thank you.
Great. Yeah. I probably will talk to you later as well. Like, let's think about look at some of the people who are under those historical categories and see how we can, is there a way to separate them out or something? But yeah, but let's focus on that next week since we're out of time. And meeting starting now. Yeah. So thanks everyone for coming, and we'll see you next week. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
bye.